Hi guys. Okay, so let's update you on this German DAX trade because I was talking about this major divergence that we had on the weekly chart that was a bit of a red flag. Now, we also had come into a major trend line that we had to be careful of on this German DAX, and then all of a sudden we get this big gap down on Sunday night when the DAX opens. And so we're in a very interesting place. Let's just go through. By the way, if you want to take a look at the video that I set up last week before this actually happened, go through that, guys. That would be a good idea, okay, to show you what the strategy I was looking at on this DAX. And you can see that we've had this lovely bull market. Okay, big blip for a couple of weeks there back in January, March. And then we just proceeded to go sideways. Now, a sideways market in an uptrend, you normally get a continuation. We certainly got that breakout and a push to new highs. And once we get that push to new highs, we could count this an end of a trend. We could count this a wave 5. But the main thing here, if we look back at this, as I said, this huge, great big divergence, you can see the storyteller indicator firing these yellow lines for us here. But if we take the high to this high here, the angle of that line is quite steep. Price here from this high to this high isn't that steep, guys. And of course, the 1272 Fibonacci extension was right in around that trend line. And that's where we got the stall in the market. We stopped trading there and we gapped down. Let's take a little look at the daily chart here. Here we are in the daily. We're turning red as of Monday. Has not confirmed that yet. We need that to close red to confirm. Tracks are turning over as well. We're getting red here on the track. So it's important to see where we close this Monday and see if we get any follow through to the downside on Tuesday when US comes back into trading. They've had a bank holiday this Monday, so not every volume, not all the volume is in this market at the moment, and not necessarily saying that everyone's going to be trading from the US, going to be trading the German DAX, because they won't, because they're beyond the likes of the NASDAQ. Let's take a little look at the NASDAQ. Starting with the weekly time frame, we've got this double trend predictor, these red arrows saying that we're going to see some pressure to the downside. We're just holding on the NASDAQ, literally just looking over a cliff here, guys. So if we break below the tracks here and start turning red, we could get something like we did back in March, okay, 2024. So we're in a very delicate area. Let's take a little look at the daily on the NASDAQ. We are red here on the NASDAQ on the daily chart. We're into a little bit of support. We've got the sell signal, entry down here at 23,376. We're getting a momentum firing down here. So it's just going to be very intriguing how we open up Tuesday morning in the US markets and see if we get a continuation here. You can see this candlestick that's actually forming as I'm doing this update, and it's a hammer candlestick. A hammer is a reversal, but only when it's in a trend. A downtrend is a hammer reversal, and that would have to be way down here for a decent reversal to happen. We need the hammer to be within the bottom of a move, okay, bottom of a trend, to get a significant reversal. We're still at the potential here of the middle of the trend. We can see continuation on the red side. Sellers are in control of the NASDAQ. Could we see further down price action? All right, guys, hope it helps. Let's wait to see how we get on. I'd like to know how we trade on Tuesday, turn around Tuesday. Do we get a new green buy signal? NASDAQ is red, DAX is turning red. That hasn't confirmed yet. If we get more reds on the DAX, we could see a significant move off of that three-wave divergence on the weekly time frame. Hope helps, guys. If you want to dive into our program and follow along with these trade updates, then click on the link down below, and I'll speak to you soon.